The International Women's Air and Space Museum presents History for People with Short Attention Spans. Today's lesson, Harriet Quimby. Harriet Quimby was the first woman in America to earn her pilot's license. But before learning to fly, Harriet was an aspiring silent film actress, dramatic critic, and journalist. Though it is known that Harriet was born in Arcadian, Michigan on May 11, 1875, much of her life is a mystery. But sometime in the early 1900s, Harriet moved with her family to San Francisco to pursue her dream of becoming a silent film actress. Only later she chose to become a journalist and a dramatic critic for the San Francisco Bulletin. At the age of 28, Harriet moved to the Big Apple to become a regular contributor to the then very popular Leslie's Illustrated Weekly. Harriet primarily wrote about housekeeping, but it was apparent she had an adventurous streak. In 1906, Harriet informed her readers of her exhilarating experience of riding in an automobile, driving over 100 miles per hour. So it was no surprise that Quimby became interested in aviation when in 1910 she attended the Belmont Park International Aviation Tournament on Long Island. At the tournament she met the Moissant family. Brothers John and Alfred operated a flight school on Long Island, which prompted Quimby to ask Alfred to teach her to fly. On August 1, 1911, after extensive press coverage, Quimby took her pilot's test and became the first U.S. woman to earn her pilot's license. Mathilde Moissant, Alfred's sister, became the second. This began Quimby's flying career and the beginning of many firsts for women in aviation. In September 1911, to the amazement of 15,000 spectators on Staten Island, New York, Harriet became the first woman to make a nighttime flight. In November, Quimby and Mathilde became the first women to fly over Mexico when they joined the Moissant International Aviators Exhibition Team. Throughout her flying career, Harriet continued to write for Leslie's Illustrated Weekly, providing exclusive coverage of her flights. In March of 1912, Harriet made plans to be the first woman to fly across the English Channel. Quimby, wanting no competition and the rights to break the story herself, kept her intentions secret. On April 16, 1912, Quimby set off from Dover, England, to cross the English Channel. The flight took 59 intense minutes of flying through fog-enshrouded skies. But tragedy superseded Quimby's accomplishments. Only days before Quimby's monumental flight, the Titanic sank in the Atlantic after hitting an iceberg. The story made the front page of nearly every single newspaper. Quimby's story was relegated to the last page. Unthwarted by the absence of coverage on her story, Quimby returned to the U.S. to resume exhibition flying. On July 1, 1912, Quimby was flying in the 3rd Annual Boston Aviation Meet when something horrific happened. Quimby and her passenger, William Willard, the organizer of the event, were ejected from the brand-new 70-horsepower Blériot monoplane Quimby was piloting. Witnessed by over 5,000 spectators, Quimby and Willard plunged to their deaths in the waters of Dorchester Bay. The plane, ironically, glided down and merely got lodged in the mud. Harriet Quimby was only 37 years old when she died. She only had her pilot's license for a little under a year. To this day, the cause of the accident is unknown. To find out more about Harriet Quimby and other women in air and space, visit the International Women's Air and Space Museum at www.awasm.org. Thank you for watching.